Spiegel was able to introduce me since she was the first elected woman from the Emerge Nevada program. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Well, I was saying how delighted I am that Ellen Spiegel, Assemblywoman Spiegel, was able to introduce me since she was the first elected woman to go through the Emerge program, which I founded several years ago. I have always said what a true inspiration you are, and such an inspiration to our community. And Lucy, they don't call you Freitas Flores for any reason except that you're fierce and you will fight for Nevadans. So I am so delighted to be on this event. But I'm here today to talk about why I'm running for Congress. And I will tell you, there's many of you in this room that have known me my entire life. There's many of you that have only known me for a few decades. And there's some of you that I just met this evening. And I never thought that I would run for elected office. I saw what my dad did. I saw the lifestyle. I saw how rough that it can be. I was very happy and content with being involved in the policy side, creating solutions to problems here in Southern Nevada. With my husband, we created the first and only pediatric free clinic of its kind. I also, as we mentioned, created Emerge Nevada, which recruits and trains women to run for office. And I was proud to serve for 7 years as Catherine Cortez Masto, our Attorney General's political senior advisor. I'm very proud of that. And I enjoyed this role, but I kept watching as my friends, my neighbors were losing their homes, losing their jobs, and I kept watching as we had a Congress that was doing nothing about it. And I couldn't sit on the sidelines anymore. That's when I made a decision that I had to roll up my sleeves and help get things done and make a better place for Southern Nevada. I was tired of watching my community just survive. I wanted it to thrive. And I have to tell you, there's something so delightful about being here at this headquarters on Eastern, because I really am a child of Eastern Avenue. Just down the street, I attended St. Vitus Elementary and Middle School. Sunset Park, just across the street, was the park that my family always took us to. And I'm saddened to say, and I only mention this because I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, but my brother, who passed away when I was 14, also rests down the street on Eastern Avenue. But this has to do with my values and why I'm running. And right now, we don't have a member of Congress that represents the values
You got that right.
of Eastern Avenue and CD3. And we need to change that. And we talk about our founding fathers and how incredibly intelligent they were. Well, they set up Congress as the House of the People, where you are reelected every 2 years for a reason. Because if you're not doing your job and you're not representing the values of your district, you need to be removed.
Joe must go! 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 Joe must go!
Talk a little bit more about these values and what my values are and what Joe's values are. First of all, these are my two daughters right here. And as a mother, there is nothing that gets me more excited than their dreams. And it is very important that we as mothers, we as parents, make sure our daughters have reproductive choices.
Yeah!
Joe has voted for some of the most restrictive reproductive legislation in decades.
Right.
Let's talk about marriage equality. You see here my entire family. Not my entire family, several of them. My older sister, the principal, and her husband, the vice principal, are away at a conference that was previously scheduled. But if you look at my family, we look like a pretty conventional and traditional family. Let me tell you something about my conventional and traditional family. That family taught me that all people are created equal, and if two people love each other, they should be able to have marriage equality. That is not Joe's value. Let me talk again about education. Education. We know that this is the future of CD3 and all of our country. Joe Heck just voted for a budget that will make seniors in college have to start paying student loans before they even graduate. I look at my husband who went to medical school and was only able to do that because of student loans. These are not the values of CD3. Medical research, and I mentioned my brother for a reason. My brother passed away due to complications at 21 years old because of juvenile diabetes. That doesn't really happen anymore. And the reason was Congress decided to invest in medical research. Now it is a manageable, controllable disease. And I look, Daisy was just a year older than my sister, and you were just 2 years younger than I was. No one should ever have to go through that if they don't have to. So Joe Heck, again, is not showing us the values of CD3, and I will.
Yeah.
Let's talk about seniors too. We know that that's a priority to those of us in CD3 and Southern Nevada. We have made a commitment to our seniors. 2 years ago, my grandmother, who, St. Joe's Elementary School, she ran the altar boys, who was married to my grandfather, who was a blackjack dealer, who worked at the Sahara for many years. She was on Medicare. She needed Medicare to pay her medical bills. This new plan that Joe voted for, when you turn 56 next year, it is a new Medicare that you have to use vouchers. And guess what? That's going to increase costs by 50%.
Wow.
My grandmother couldn't afford that. How many seniors in Southern Nevada can afford that?
None.
These are not the values of our community. My values are to fight for seniors. And once again, I talk about being the young woman who grew up off of Eastern Avenue. I grew up in these deserts. We used to ride horses through them and hunt lizards in these deserts. People that are born in Nevada or moved to Nevada. We are part of Nevada because we believe in freedom and liberty. And I'm sorry, but a government that thinks it's okay to eavesdrop on law-abiding citizens without due process is not Nevadan and it's not American.
Right.
These are not the values of our district, our state. I do not support that, and Joe Heck does. And frankly, I find that to be an arrogant snub against our Constitution. So we will fight to make sure that that is changed. Finally, I bring up again, this is the people's house. We can change things. We can make things better. We can make our country better. I can go and join Congressman Horsford and Congresswoman Titus, and we can fight for the real values of Nevada. And we can do this, and we can win. Look at this crowd. And do you realize that half of the people are not even in this room? They can't fit in this room. This is a Friday windy night, and we have about 500 people here.
Yeah.
We can win this, and you can have a congressperson that represents what you believe and will fight for you. But I need all of you to participate. I know you're here because you support me. Now I need you to get 10 other people and get them to come and participate. We need to make phone calls, we need to walk on doors, and we must tell Joe he has to go.
Joe must go!